Hi, welcome to another episode. Welcome to another episode of two guys walking down the sidewalk looking for some coffee. Hi, welcome back to the show. I'm back. Floating in the sky.
Where?
American Beauty.
Hey guys, welcome to the photo department. Today I'm drinking States coffee. This is their Peru El Eden. It's really good. I got it last week. Martinez is this old town in the North Bay, and there's an oil refinery there, but there's also inexplicably this really great coffee roaster called States, and I've really enjoyed all their coffees, so I recommend checking them out. The link to their website is in the description. Of course I'm drinking out of a Heath mug. What do you think this is? This is my second favorite, the Sage Green Heath Ceramics mug. I hope that if I keep mentioning Heath Ceramics in these videos, eventually they're gonna catch wind of it or see one or hear about it and be like, wow, that guy really likes our stuff. We should send him some ceramics. I was talking to a friend the other day who is also a photographer, and we were discussing lighting. And I was talking about how I shoot the apparel for this denim company in Oakland, and that I'm shooting through a large 7-foot shoot-through umbrella by Westcott. He was super surprised. His perspective was that umbrellas were only for amateurs, and that after you shot umbrellas and figured out lighting, you move on to something better. And I was really surprised by his response, because that couldn't be further from the truth. And so I decided to talk to you guys today about umbrellas. Now, this is not going to be a very technical video that's going to talk about all sorts of specs and types and whatever. I'm just going to give you my experience with umbrellas and show you some examples. So there are a lot of different types of umbrellas to choose from, but the main three I'll be talking about are shoot-through, bounce or reflective, and softbox umbrellas. Within those categories, there are subcategories, but we're just going to focus on the bigger picture here. Right here, next to me, I have a Photek Softlighter, which would be an example of a bounce or reflective umbrella. The really cool thing about this umbrella is it has a lot of qualities of a softbox, but in a much easier to manage, arguably smaller package. This is a 5-foot umbrella. It's relatively shallow. The inside surface of the umbrella is reflective silver. There are different types of reflective surfaces. You can get like a pebbled silver or gold surface, gold, smooth silver surface, white. This happens to be silver. And then there's this like ripstop nylon diffusion, which goes on the front. You can use this umbrella without the diffusion if you want more specular highlights or if you want a stronger output. But I use this with the diffusion because I think that the entire point of this setup here is that diffusion panel. So my first thought when I heard my friend talk about how umbrellas are only for amateurs, that the first thing I thought of was, oh, someone better tell Annie Leibovitz to stop using the Photek Softlighter 2, which happens to be one of, if not her favorite, light modifier. I actually bought this because I've been a huge Annie Leibovitz fan for a long, long time, and I saw that this is one of the light modifiers that she used most often, and I decided to go do some research to see how much they cost. This cost $110. This is the modifier that award-winning best photographer in the world, certified badass, Annie Leibovitz uses. This is the one, and it's $100. So I find it hard to believe that umbrellas are only for amateurs or can only be used by amateurs or pros turn their noses up at them. Because look, Annie Leibovitz uses this exact modifier and I was able to get it for $100. The 7-foot Westcott shoot-through umbrella that I use at work is also about $100. And that thing is massive. I mean, this is 5 feet and this is pretty damn big. 7 feet, I mean, 2 more feet, it's pretty freaking big. I asked my friend Ross if he would come to my studio with me to do some tests. I wanted to shoot with the different umbrellas that I have in order to kind of give you an idea of what each umbrella can do, what they look like, and what differences in size kind of do. This test is 100% not scientific. I didn't measure anything. except for the light output. I took a light meter reading every single time I put a new umbrella on this light, and that dictated what my aperture setting was so that everything was consistent exposure-wise. I wasn't going for consistent depth of field or anything, just making sure that the light output was the same across the board. I used this Flashpoint Xplor 600 Pro, which is my new strobe. I just got this a couple weeks ago. I haven't done a review on it yet, and I will, I promise, but this is the light that I used. I think I shot everything at 1/32 power, so not a whole lot of power. There were some shots, I believe, at the end that I shot at full power, but we will get to that when we get to them. So the first umbrella that I used is this really small Promaster shoot-through umbrella. This thing, I believe, is like 20 bucks, maybe a little bit less online. I don't know the exact, I think this is maybe, that's maybe 3 feet. At first glance, what the hell are you going to do with this? But believe it or not, this is actually a really good umbrella if you want to do tight portraits or headshots and you don't mind a little bit of spill on the background and you just want good, pretty light. This is a good way to go. It's a little overkill to use this on the Xplor 600 Pro. This is a really great modifier for speed lights, which is why I originally bought it. I bought this when I got my Yongnuo 563s. I've used this very specific umbrella over the years a lot to take photographs of my friends or do headshots or do portraits. This guy has been in my bag a lot. I actually haven't used this in a long time, but this, when I first got started, was like a must-have. I had this everywhere with me. It was great. Now the second umbrella we used today is this larger Promaster umbrella. This is not quite 5 feet, maybe close-ish. I'm not exactly sure what size this one is either, but it's obviously bigger than the other one. I got this one when I started realizing I needed more light for taller subjects, or if I wanted to get head-to-toe portraits, I needed more of a coverage. And I also was experimenting with trying to get the softest light possible with speed lights, which can be really difficult because speed lights are a pretty hard source. Especially with shoot-throughs, it's a little bit difficult, but this was big enough to get me some really soft light. So this is a really great modifier. Also, again, this is probably like 35 bucks. It's not expensive. I've had this for probably 4 years, and like it's fine. There's no breaks on anything. Like I was using it in a cheap umbrella holder, so there's a bunch of dimples on the pole where the little thing cranks down. But other than that, this thing is still perfectly good. It's not the strongest or like thickest material, but it seems like it's held up with no problem. Really cheap, but really, really good. Now this third one is interesting because it's not just regular umbrella. It is a shoot-through umbrella softbox. The reason this is cool is it gives you a little bit more control over the directionality of your light. The inside panel of this light has this white reflective surface, and so what you're doing is you're shooting through the umbrella, but the umbrella is going to reflect some light back naturally because this material is reflective, and then it's going to reflect back into this reflective panel and then reflect back out. So it's actually a very efficient modifier, a little more efficient than regular shoot-through umbrellas. The cool thing about this too is you can get them in the reverse, where they're like the Photek Softlighter 2. Instead of having the shoot-through side with a reflective interior, they have the reflective umbrella side with a diffusion panel, and that's even more control. It's very similar to the Photek in that way. You can get these for really cheap also. They're probably around 30 or 40 bucks online. I didn't use this one a ton because I initially intended to get the reflective umbrella side with the diffusion, but I got the wrong one. I did use this on a couple of shoots. I did some product shoots with this, and it actually worked out pretty good, but this has been kind of sitting in a equipment bag for a little while. Nothing against it, it just kind of isn't really for me. The white reflective interior is okay, but I really prefer the silver interior. So this is also a really cool option. I would prefer the reverse, the reflective umbrella with a diffusion panel like the Softlighter. Now we also use the Softlighter. This one, like I said, is the Annie Leibovitz modifier of choice. So it was a no-brainer when it came to purchasing it. The reason why I wanted this one is it's not just a shoot-through umbrella where you're kind of scattering light everywhere. Shoot-through umbrellas have a very omnidirectional light, which is fine if you don't need a very focused, very controlled light. Like if you need light like just on this coffee cup right here and you don't want spill back here or over there, a shoot-through umbrella is not going to be the best option because you're going to get spill pretty much everywhere, and you're going to have to employ some flags or V-flats or negative fill or something to kind of mitigate that. But if you don't want to do that, if you want to have one solution that's going to work for really focusing the light, you're going to want something that is directional and more of a controlled way. And so the Softlighter does that. The reason why you can do that is you can feather this light towards the camera or towards the subject to kind of control the directionality of the light. And what I mean by that is if I don't want any light on this background from the Softlighter, I can just turn it towards the camera and have the light basically just feathering across my face, and you'll get a really moody, cool, shadowy, bright portrait or look there. Other way around, if I want some light on the background, I can just do this. I can flood myself with light, have that light wrap around my face to fill in these shadows, and I'm getting light on the background. So this is still going to be a very spilly, very omnidirectional kind of look, but it's also going to be a little bit more controlled because you have a big diffusion panel and the reflective interior of the umbrella rather than just shooting through a large, round umbrella. The last umbrella we shot with today was the Westcott 7-foot shoot-through white umbrella, and that's the one that I use for work. The images that I shoot for work are basically men's apparel hanging on a hook on a wall that I painted a kind of a little bit darker than neutral gray. I wanted to kind of make like a moody, almost kind of industrial sort of feeling background and look. So I initially thought, I could just use some soft boxes. I have a rectangular softbox, I have a small octabox, but those are really directional and they don't do like full length very well. They're much better for chest up or maybe like the upper half of someone's body, that kind of portraiture. What I really wanted was something that had good coverage and kind of like a gradient of light fall off as it got wider. And so I thought, maybe I should just get a really, really big umbrella. So I did some research. I got that 7-foot Westcott, which 7 feet is huge. This umbrella is massive. So what it does is it just has this really beautiful soft light and it falls off kind of towards the corners, which is exactly what I wanted. I wanted this like big blast of light that just kind of came across the photo and was really pretty, but also gave some contrast. And so the way I use that umbrella, it really does exactly kind of what I want. If they made the Softlighter in a 7-foot size, I think I would probably switch to that. Although I haven't tried to shoot the Softlighter for work yet, I might actually try this to see how this looks too. Either way, I think that umbrella is really awesome, and if you have a chance to shoot with a modifier that's that size, I would do it. It's really fun. Obviously that wasn't a very scientific test, but I hope that gave you an idea of what to expect when shooting with different sizes and types of umbrellas. Everything was shot on my Fuji X Pro 2 with the 23mm f2 lens with the Flashpoint Xplor 600 Pro. I used a Sekonic light meter to meter the light. Also a really cool thing, this is the first time that I'm using the X-T2 with the built-in internal log profile, and then I'm going to use the internal LUT to grade this image. So let me know what you guys think when you see this. I'm doing this for the first time. I've never graded a log profile in my entire freaking life, but having this XT2, I'm really excited about doing some more filmmaker stuff and really learning about what it is to be a filmmaker and how to do all this stuff. So yeah, if I'm doing a good job, let me know. I think it looks pretty cool. I've been looking at the back of the screen at some of this footage, and it's like, whoa, it's like no contrast and really flat and all this dynamic range. It's really, really cool. So let me know what you think. Okay, so let's get down to why you're actually watching this video. I'm doing a giveaway, and that giveaway is the umbrellas that you saw in this video, the Promaster small, medium, and softbox umbrellas. Those 3 umbrellas I'm giving away to 3 different people. I've never done a giveaway before. This is my first time, so we will see how this goes. If you want to enter this contest to win one of these 3 umbrellas, make sure you're subscribed to this channel and leave a comment below telling me why you think you need to win one of these 3 umbrellas. Then make sure you're following me on Instagram at Christopher Sturm. Leave a umbrella emoji in the comment section of my latest post, and I will use a very, very scientific app that will find 3 winners at random, and then I will announce those winners on the next video. Enter this contest. I'm really excited to give something back to you guys because your support has been amazing, and it's been so awesome to see so many people that are interested in this channel, interested in the things I have to tell you guys, interested in my work. So I'm just really happy I can give some stuff back to you guys. These umbrellas have done so much for me over the years, helping me hone my skill, helping me to really practice with lighting and really figure out how lighting works and what looks best, what doesn't, what works for me. And I really want to pass it on to someone else, especially if you're someone that's just starting out in photography and you really want to try out different types of modifiers. These are a great way to get into that. So the small umbrella, the medium-sized umbrella, and the medium-sized umbrella softbox are all contest prizes. The Softlighter 2 is not a prize, and neither is the 7-foot Westcott umbrella. Those are mine. I need those for work. Okay, I want to thank States Coffee for being an unofficial non-sponsor for this video. You are making me feel like a human, and I love it. Thank you to Heath Ceramics for existing. Please sponsor me. That would be really great. Thank you to Fujifilm for making my favorite cameras, but you don't sponsor me either. You can also sponsor me if you would like to. I would not be angry about that. Thank you, Photek, for making the Softlighter 2 an affordable and awesome light source that also Annie Leibovitz likes. If you would like to support this channel any further and you are thinking about picking up a new camera bag, I highly suggest using my affiliate link in the description below to pick up a new bag. I myself personally own the Camps Bay Brixton, and I just picked up the leather Bowery. I love Ona bags. They're wonderful. I bought all of my Ona bags with my own money because I love them that much. But if you were thinking about picking up an Ona bag, use my affiliate link and it would really, really help this channel, and I would really appreciate it. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you next week.